Hello guys, welcome back to Blueprints. Episode number 8 meanwhile. The last episode was not such a bad day. We discovered a few things, progression wise. Yeah, okay I guess. We had the music pages puzzle where we had to use the first words of the page, which we knew by reading the bold words on that page. The bold words were something, let me see if I can find it. First verse on the cheat was the first, we found the first 5 pages of that music thing. There might be more, but we sort of could deduct from it that we had to do something with the first words, and the first word of the first 5 pages were find among the white trees. And then we remembered that there were white trees on our tent outside. I remembered it a few episodes ago, but I forgot to go there, or we didn't have a shovel or something like that. So this time we went there with a shovel, and we dug up the conservatory, which makes you adjust the rarity of the floor plans. So we'll see if we can get this today. That would be interesting, because there are a few rooms which I definitely want to get on highest rarity, especially a bunch of dead ends like the lavatory. That thing needs to go as rare as it can be. And some other things like the dining room, which we don't see that often because they are standard at the moment, I think. Let me have a look. Dining room. Yeah, at the moment it is standard. So if we can put that one on common, that we can see it every day in our house. The common rooms you see every day in your floor plans. The standard you will see, but only once or so, and then you have to take it. Unusual shows up every 2 days, and the rare rooms every 5 days, I think. So we definitely want to mess around with the rarity of these rooms, now that we know that that is possible. Let's pick up our allowance, which is meanwhile increased to 4, I think. Yep. 2 from a puzzle that we solved, a little puzzle box that we solved in the trading post, and 2 from an allowance token that we found in the cloister. The last episode we drafted the armory, and we bought the axe, and we axed the cloister, which was our most expensive room. We can axe 1 room every time you buy the axe, and that means that it takes away the cost. So we decided to go for the cloister because that was normally 3 gems, and we have now axed it, which means they will now cost nothing, which is a really good room to get from now on. Outside rooms. Okay, we need to look for the shrine, which we saw a few times, but we had to choose one of them, so we went for another one at that time. So the shrine is one, and I don't know actually. So let's see what we can do with that. Other than that, we need to find the workshop. Because the workshop, we know we can make some things. We saw that when it ever shows up, but we decided not to drop it at the time. Because I was looking around on my notes and the previous episodes, we have that door outside there downstairs. We also found a sort of broken wall in the elevator downstairs, the blue flame thing. We also saw a wall which can be broken in the greenhouse, in the weight room, in the secret garden. So we need to find that. That's one of our goals today. The shelter. The shelter and the shrine. Shelter protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 rooms drafted. Okay, let's take that one. We have not seen that one. Right. Okay, so and then the last one is the shrine. Okay. We know the shelter has a computer. We know that from the other computers. Three bets. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. That's no longer a thing because we have remote access now that we have the Black Bridge Grotto. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the three of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. The Red Guard, Detective Bon Margle, they are searching for whoever did the heist on the museum, which we know from the article in the archives. And fingers are pointing towards our mother, Mary Jones, and another one of her colleagues, writers, Caleb Manning and Philip White. Those three seem to be involved. We think that they are the children of the Blackwater group, and they have done the heist in the museum in Trinsdale. And seeing they mentioned the three of us here, or the three of you, that's probably the ones that were here in the shelter. Our mother, before they disappeared. Our mother with the publisher Philip White and the other writer. Our mother is also a writer, writes under the name of Marian Marigold. So this is where they've been hiding before they disappeared, I'm assuming. A time lock save. Welcome to the Mount Holly bomb shelter. Time lock save radiation monitor. Okay. The shelter's time lock save can be accessed by setting an unlock date and time. You can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, the time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours. Okay. What day are we? Day 10. We know we came here for the first time on November 7th. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Which means that today it is November 16. Okay. November 16. November 16. We know we start the day at 8 AM. So let's assume that it's 9 something now. So if we set this at 11 AM and then we come back here, it should be open. Yeah, we'll do it because we start the day at 8. It might be 8 something, then 10 AM would be good enough, but it could also be already past 9 because the time goes pretty fast. So let's put it on 11. It stays open for 4 hours. So if we come down here somewhere between 11 and 3 PM, then we can see you. Radiation monitor, a measurement of the radiation levels detected in the house and surrounding grounds. These readings are often spiked by the experiments conducted in Mount Holly's laboratory. If the reading is 12 USV or higher, emergency protocol will initiate and all doors in the house will automatically unlock. Yeah. What do we need? 12? It's 0.06 at the moment. Okay. Which means we need to run experiments, but we have the Black Bridge Grotto connection. We can use the RTA to connect to the laboratory and run an experiment from this computer, I think. Finding the grotto gave us the option to remote access one offline computer. So there's a computer in the security, the office and the laboratory. So if we connect to the laboratory, we should be able to run an experiment from this terminal. So if we do laboratory, you may only connect to one offline terminal each day. That's fine. I don't know if we can run the lab, because the other day we could not check the mails, although we connected to the offline office computer. Okay, we can set it up. Yeah, so we can run an experiment without having the laboratory. Whenever you draft a shop room, okay, the next 3 times you open a locked trunk, not likely, we don't have a key or a sledgehammer. Each time you eat an apple. You don't find that many apples in the house, huh? It's usually a banana. I think we're gonna go for a shop room. We can do kitchen, armory, commissary, locksmith. Those are the ones we already saw. Whenever you draft a shop room, lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. That doesn't seem to be interesting. Add a small chest to the entrance hall. No, that's all fine if you have a sledgehammer. Or set your dice to 2, which gives us options to re-roll if we don't. That's what we're gonna do. Whenever you draft a shop room, set your dice to 2. Okay. Okay, so we are running an experiment, and if our calculations are correct, it should be November 16 today. So we just need to keep an eye on the clocks. Somewhere between 11 and 3 PM we need to be here again. That is assuming that it's not past 10 yet, because otherwise we set the clock not far enough. It was close though. A quarter to 10, we set it on 11 AM, so that was a good choice. That's 1 hour and 15 from now, so that's fine. Okay, so we are definitely looking for shops. We'll do the den. Because we know that's an extra gem, and the shops are costing gems. I might do the guest bedroom. No, because we're gonna have to go back outside. We're gonna need more steps, but on the other hand we also need gems for these shop rooms, so parlor is also a good choice. Let's go for parlor. Let's get as many gems as possible, because we can get rolling dice every time we drop the shop. Nothing on the tables. Okay, well, that is of course on condition that we can solve this one. Every block is black. That's definitely a lie. Every box contains gems. It's also a lie. They're both lying, so this one is telling the truth. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. Every box is black. This box is black, it's still a lie. Every box contains gems is not. This box contains gems. And then it becomes true, the black box says. Okay, so the gems are in here. Right? Right. Okay. We're gonna go check the other side. See if we can get a shop in the other corner there. Okay, we got kitchen here. That's fine. Experiment succeeded. There we go. So it should give us 2 rolling dice. Okay, nice, nice, nice. And then we can also check what's on the menu today. A pizza. If you want extra steps, get the furnace. That's not so great. Tomato soup is interesting because we have the shelter which protects us from 3 red rooms. Yeah, we don't have to be afraid for the red rooms today. Okay. It could be an interesting day. We want to go to the right here then. The chapel is not a bad choice. On the other hand, it's a bit of a waste of a thing. We can better do bedroom, because we can get to these 3 squares from all the other rooms here. So if we just can go to the right here and then get the chapel here, would be way better actually. Let's do that. Let's do the bedroom for now. Nothing here. Nope. Sometimes you find the trunk there. Oh yeah, there is a sleeping mask. Okay, that means we have to go out. And go back in. 2 steps and then 5 from the sleeping mask. Yep. Every time you enter a bedroom the first time, you get 5 steps. Of course. Of course, it's gonna send us to the corner. Or we can do this, which gives us 4 items because we have it adjoined to a bedroom. Which means we put all the power to get up here on this side, but let's do this. I want to see if this thing actually works. Yes, it does. Okay. A key, a gem, metal detector, and the silver key. Which opens the door with many doors. That's a good start. Of course, that means that we have locked out this whole thing here, but... what do we want here? Spare room, corridor, which you often get on this door, or passageway. That's a bit of a waste. Or we can redraw and hope on it's a bit of a waste. We're wasting 2 exits here on this one. We don't need to go to the right, we don't need to go to the left, because the den will get there. I'm gonna use one of these rolling dice. And that's what we wanted, the spare room. Not even gonna bother with that room, because there's never anything in it. And now we go here and see if we can go up or left. Corridor. Sure. That's pretty good. Then we can potentially drop a dead end here. Security. Also interesting. do that. If you have the metal detector, you need to look at the floor as well for coins and keys. If you don't... What is this? Vault key again. 149. We also have vault key in the code check, which we code checked the last time. So we need to find the vault today. We can potentially get 2 of the vaults then. View the estate inventory. So far we haven't missed anything. We will put the keycard system for now on low, because we don't have a keycard, nor do we have power to cut up the whole system. So low and locked for now. In case we find a keycard, then we can put it on high locked. In case we find the power, we can put it on high unlocked. Those are sort of the 3 options you go with. At the moment we just set it on a low chance, but you're still gonna get 2-3 doors though. Chapel is an interesting room. But I think the commissary is a bit better at the moment, because that's gonna give us an extra 2 rolling dice because of the experiment we are doing today. So let's do that. No extra coins. What are we selling today? Salt shaker, not that interesting. Compass gives us doors to the north, could be interesting. Shovel, sledgehammer. So 8, 14, 20. We need 20 coins to get those 3. At the moment we can't buy anything except for the salt shaker, which is not worth it. Anything left? Gymnasium. Yeah. Gymnasium is fine because we have the shelter protection, so it will not cost us any steps. Car keys could be good. The first time you find an upgrade disc there, but after that you always find some keys or gems in there. Last time we found the secret garden key. Okay, we're gonna go back and go to the spare room and see if we can get to the right. We're doing okay so far. Now that we have the metal detector, we might actually find a loose coin here or there. Yeah, this is not great, eh? I want to go to the right. So we'll use another one of these rolling dice. See, we have them. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna go. Okay, let's do the power then. We don't need to put this thing up. We also don't need to put the power. Garage door, we'll put the power on. Dark room, if we can get it. Next up, will also be protected by the shelter. We will put the keycard system up. Go back to security and put it on high unlocked. Now of course we need to get a good room. That's another reason why I didn't redraw. So keycard system, it's now offline, which means we can put it on a high chance of getting these doors. And if we do get the doors, can you please unlock them, please? There we go. High unlocked. With power off, that means that the security doors are not existing today, although we're gonna get a lot. Gymnasium is protected by the shelter. We still don't have enough coins. Now of course we need some help here now, because we are at the moment running on only on this door. They're both pretty good. Passageway is obviously better. Although, yeah, it goes every direction. Yeah, I think we have to go for a garage here. The problem with this is, of course, that's going to cost us our last gem, but we will have keys. Yeah, we have to do this. We have to do this. We also have the... oh, and we also have the car keys, don't we? Yeah, we definitely have to do this. The battery pack and the secret garden key, which gives us a way to open the west side. Okay. So I guess we immediately try this door. Okay, use the normal key. The weight room, obviously. We are protected by the shelter. Yeah, we will not lose half our steps. Keycard door here, which we can now just open. Dark room. Or the hallway. What other red rooms do we have? Chapel. Chapel is only costing you a coin. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They both have T-shape. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, like this wall is also breakable. Yeah, we don't have observatory. We'll pick up some steps and coins. We also need to find out what time it is. Almost 12. Okay. No, that way. It's past 11, so if our calculations was correct, and it is indeed November 16 today, then that safe should be open. There it is. Our calculation was correct. Letter number 7. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father, and I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost my aggressively low behavior has had on the social standings of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am not willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances. A conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible. And in fact, that 2 of the Crown 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe and finally free. For smuggling my cousin. So this person accuses our great uncle of smuggling our mother across the border, across the red border, the Fen Aries, which is red, so it's the place we are in. We are in the red realm at the moment. Used to be black, but after the 22-year-old war or whatever it was, it became red. So this area where we are living in used to be the black realm, but now it's the red realm. And they went south, which is the violet realm, which is Eraja. So this person claims that our mother is smuggled across the border to Eraja. Okay. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtain draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy and absolved. Courtney. We are missing people, huh? We are missing a part of this family tree. Because this is the cousin or the niece or whatever from our mother. But our mother, our grandparents are Simon Sinclair, which is the brother of our great uncle, and Lady Clara Aspen. So who is she here from? So she needs to be the kid from another brother or sister of our grandparents, which was not on the family tree that we found the other day in the root cellar. And she calls our great uncle also uncle, so it's not her. It's not the daughter of Herbert either. So it's not the daughter of Herbert, and it's not the daughter of Simon and Clara. So she got to be the daughter from another brother or sister, which was not on the family tree. But I guess it's not important who she is. It's what she's saying. She's accusing our great uncle of smuggling our mother across the border to Eraja. Okay. But we found our 5th letter. Because we calculated it right. Okay. We have a vault key, so the vault would be interesting. We have a silver key, which we could try over here. We also have the secret garden key, which we can try anywhere in the edges of the map. So I think we go pantry first. If this door is locked, so we can put a secret garden here. But of course it's not locked. Okay, we do West Wing Hall then. Okay, we can do it here then. Okay, which means we have access to the antechamber on the left here. I might just keep climbing. Oh, here we have an apple. Of course we have an apple because this is secret garden. Secret garden spreads fruit around the house. We don't have a shovel, so that's not so great. I see. Also, this wall is breakable. Okay, so we can open west. I think I'm just gonna keep going for it. We have 1 rolling dice. We have 4 keys. We have put up the security doors, so no matter what door they put in front of us, we can open it. Yeah, we have to. Which one is it? That one. Silver key. Yeah, we could get something like the dark room or the chapel here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my silver key here. I know it costed us some extra exits, but it should give 2 exits here. Oh, how about the dining room? Rank 8, we can immediately have dinner. The conference room is also not bad. There we go. We have pizza. If we put the furnace in the house, which we have no intention of doing. Don't need to eat yet, but please give me a corner. That it would be locked, we knew that. If I can get a chapel or the conference room there, we are in. Huh? So I'm gonna use my last gem on the conservatory. And then we save or redraw for in case we don't get a connection. We have no shovel. This is a rook room as well. Drafting locations. West wing only. Garage, West Wing Hall, Her Ladyship's Chamber. From the south facing doors. So Her Ladyship's Chambers can only be drafted in the West Wing from the north downwards. East Wing only, the East Wing Hall and the master bedroom. Okay. Other special cases, the conservatory, only draftable in a corner. That's why we get it here. And the bookshop is only drafted from the bookshop. Only draftable from the library. Okay, that explains why we haven't seen that room. There's no shovel here. And we can change the rarity here, we know that. Okay, let's see what we got. The commissary. What's the deal with the commissary? The commissary is standard. I'm gonna leave it like that. At the moment, I think it shows up once or twice a day. It's costing a gem. It's an L shape. I think I'm gonna keep it on standard. Often has gems, yeah, but it's shovels, sledgehammers you often find in the courtyard as well. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on standard. Mailroom. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting in this room. We have not seen the mail. Well, we've seen it, but it's a dead end. We never drafted it. So it's a tomorrow room. Everything with the clock on is a tomorrow room, which will have effect at tomorrow. Yeah, it will give you the package tomorrow. Next time you draft it, I'm assuming. Common, standard. It wasn't unusual, right? I don't know. Maybe standard. The problem with standard is that it's gonna offer you like 2-3 times a day a dead end. But we want to know what's going on there. We don't see it that much. So probably standard is fine. The Chambers of Mirrors. We have not even seen that room. That makes sense. It's a level 4 room. You can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. Okay, that needs to come down. Unusual or standard? Let's do it standard. It has 4 doors by the looks of it. Confirm. The commissary is still an L shape. I'm gonna put that thing on common. Everything with excess we should put on common, I think. And everything which at dead ends you can put on unusual or rare. If they're completely useless, like the laboratory, put that on rare if we ever get that. Because next time we probably... So yeah, we have now common, standard. What did we do with the mailroom? Also on standard. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Moment of truth. Can we connect? We should be able to. We still have the chapel, which it often gives. It's a common room, I think. We still have conference room. We still have something like the rumpus room, which we cannot afford. But we can reroll once if needed. Moment of truth. The chapel. Boom. We are in. The basement key. And this is going to be room 46, but of course the basement key we need to go down or something. Can we draft here? No, we have to open those sides to be able to draft there. Okay. And now what do we do? Look for gems, I think is the next big thing. So we have gymnasium, weight room, chapel. That's the 3 red rooms which have been neglected by the shelter, but any other red room will have still the negative effect. So if we get something like archives or so, it's still gonna have that. Okay, well we can have dinner. Let's do that first. And the rest doesn't matter that much. Basement. Yeah, We're never gonna put that furnace in the house. Okay, that's 20 steps extra. We can still buy some food if we want in the kitchen. We haven't bought anything. Here it doesn't matter. Basement key is not gonna work. Basement keys, it's gotta be downstairs something. Yeah. We'll use a normal key, I guess. Damn it. 4 items. Well, we can do storeroom here. It's fine. Eh? We are connected from that side. Well, I don't think it doesn't matter. We picked up the basement key. What we want is the code check, that we can code check that basement key. We need to find gems, so yeah, we need to do this. We need to get as many materials as we can get. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. Workshop. Okay, security door. Sledgehammer. Okay, so we need to find something else. Sledgehammer battery pack. Okay. Okay. So we need to find something else which is combinable. We can open these doors. Okay. The boudoir, 2 rolling dice. Oh, drawing room is also good. Or the pool. The pool adds the locker room, the sauna and the pump room to the day's rock pool. I have not seen any of these rooms. It's going to cost us our last gem though. Okay, I'll pull this then. Is everything locked again? No, this one is not. The armory. We have 12 coins. The dark room, we have no protection anymore though. We have to go all the way back to the utility to put on the light. The armory is the shop. It will give us 2 extra dice for our experiment. We have that morning star again. That's the same as a sledgehammer, but then you can open trunks with it, but it also gives you an extra star for the next day or something. We know that is available for 8 coins. We have the axe, which is 32, and we have the shield. I might buy the shield. It can protect us from 1 red more. So if we get now dark room, We can shield that room and then the light will be on. And since we are going down, we have less likely locked doors. The Chamber of Mirrors. Billiard room turns to the right. The observatory goes left though. We can get to this square, we can get to this square, we can get to this square, we can get to all these squares here. Oh, we have no gems for the diamond. Billiard room turns to the right. We'll do Chamber of Mirrors then. Oh. Alright. Yeah, okay, I see. I see. So we click here, the window opens there, so now we're gonna have to come from the other door and click on that button to open. Or from the side maybe, we might be able to pull some stunts. But that's gonna be the same, it's gonna open that side. Okay, so this room we need to get into from 4 different angles. Okay. We might not be so good with our steps. So we have to go from the pool and get something that goes left. Which of course you're not gonna get, what do you expect? Less likely to find items laying around in your house. But it connects to the mirrors, and then we can get from the hallway maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, it gives us 5 steps because it's a bedroom. I don't know, we also ran the payroll the other day, but it's supposed to be in the maze chamber, but I have a feeling it isn't. We know the mate is called Miller. We know that. We have been in this room. Who is this? Oh yeah, that's the whole staff. Mrs. Babbage, Bridget, Christoph the driver. Then yeah, the groundskeeper. Hartley the valet. There are still a few which we do not know who they are. So yeah, I don't know where that check is, but probably in the servants' quarter then. Okay. That opens that door. Yeah, this stuff is gonna cost us steps at this room. That's pretty clear. But we can now get in here, pick up a gem. And press this button. Okay, we need one more door, I think, at least. It's gonna be hard to get into this square, but from the hallway we can get here. Okay. All the way back, I think. We might have to calculate to the kitchen, but we don't have coins either. West Wing Hall. Was this locked? Okay. We can get to that same square from the weight room, which is lower. It's also closed. Okay. Hallway. Okay, bedroom. Jeez, Manelli. Which means if we want to get to this square, we're going to have to come from the passageway all the way around. Yeah, we have to do it, because we have to use one of these here to connect. We'll do a bedroom that gives us 5 extra steps from the sleeping mask. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, bollocks. What did this do? It opens that side. No, we want to go through there. And what do you do? Opens that side. Okay. Good. We haven't been here yet. Okay. So if you open 3 doors, you can go around. So we don't necessarily need that 4th door. Oh, as a matter of fact, we can open it here. Aha. Yeah, sure. Why not? Drawing room will give us our gem back and we can draft whatever. Okay, so we just need to get to that middle one now. Oh, it goes up. Okay. Oh, okay, so we need to reset some windows here to get to the corners. Okay, that's a key. Okay, we can open this. You found a duplicate copy of one of your floor plans. Would you like to permanently add an additional laboratory to your drafting pool? Yeah, that gives us a higher chance of getting that room, and then we can run experiments. Has a computer as well. Yeah, sure. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, now we need to get these windows open here. Oh my god. Yeah, it's that side, huh? That's one. And then this one, the other one. That's gonna close them again. No, it's that one that we need open, I think. How do we open that window? I think we opened one more. Now we still need to find a way to open this one. Okay, some coins. Oh bollocks. Okay, so we need one of these two to open. So that one of those. One of those needs to close. Oh, that's not it. Holy moly. That's that one. We need to push this button, I think. No. Still not open. Or is it? So we need this one to come down. Right. That should be it. Because that window closes, which means okay, now we need this one open. Because that one is open. No, we need that one open because we need to get here. What does this one do? Closes that one. Oh, we need that open, pretty sure. What do you do then? Close that side? Yeah, okay, we don't want that either. What do you do? Close that side, then we can't get to the middle anymore, can we? No. Okay, that definitely needs to be open. And what do you do here in this world? Close that one. Okay, how about now? Now that should be open here. Yes, okay. Jeez Minelli. That was a puzzle. We want another west wing hole. The west wing hole can only be drafted in the west. So which means we have two T shapes. Yes, I'm gonna add that one as well. Then we can have like a west wing hole up high, and we can have one up low, and then we always have T shapes. Options to yeah. So what did we add? Laboratory. Okay, this is a very interesting room. Not necessarily with the options we got, but if we can get something like an extra den, which gives us gems, an extra parlor, which will give us gems, extra billiard room, which will give us keys. It's just a bit of a mess to get around this place, but now we need to get down as well. Yeah, this is a very interesting room. Now I need to get into that place there. This one? Oh, it doesn't do much. Is it just this one? Oh, that closes that one. Okay, which one opens these doors here, please? Closes this side. That doesn't seem to be a good thing. Okay, what do you do? That side. And this one? What does this one do? It closes my sides here? No, it closes that one. And what do you do? Closes that side, don't need that either. It's probably just this one then. Yeah, okay. And now we go around and we're back out. Maze. Let's go down first, I guess. Conference room. Veranda. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Our green rooms are on the top there. We'll do conference room. Let's just spread the fruit in here. No, apparently not. We have spread fruit in the secret garden, but we can open this. Anything with an exit. Here's the laboratory again. Another corridor. Oh yeah, of course, because we have the mirror room. Every floor plan today is double, but in the future only the ones we just copied there. Spread green. Yeah, that doesn't do that. We are already running a lab. We can still get here from the hallway maybe, although the doors are locked there, I think. Corridor is unlocked. Let's do that. Oh my god, one stupid coin. I do say stupid coin, we might actually need it in the kitchen at some point for steps. Another bedroom closet. Which means we have to fill up these gaps here with this stuff here. How about we redraw? We can still get the boudoir. There are 2 rolling dice waiting on us. And it will also give us 5 extra steps. I might redraw here actually. We can go patio as well. That's also might work. Yeah, because how do we get in the kitchen? Through the garage outside and then come back in the entrance hall. Because we locked up this, we might do patio. Just because it gives us an exit. We still don't have a shovel, do we? No. Key. Another hallway. Or another storeroom. Hallway gives us an exit. Gymnasium is not helping us because we could potentially shield it, but let's do hallway. Yeah, we have everything double in our floor plan today because of the mirror room. Pantry. Observatory is not great. Yeah, pantry, we can do pantry, then we can go left maybe. Not sure what is going to connect here, but 27 steps. Yeah, I'm not sure where it spread the fruit though. We haven't found any piece of fruit from the secret garden. That's probably because the maid chamber overrules that. The courtyard, that seems to be a good one. That could finally give us our shovel. It will have 2 gems. And we can connect to the passageway, which means we are through here. Another bedroom closet. Oh no, we didn't drop that other one. Yeah, courtyard here, obviously. Cost us 1 gem and it gives us a shovel. Which means we can dig in all these green rooms where we're less likely to find items. There are no dig spots. Of course there are not. But there were over here, right? In the patio. No, also not. 1. Okay, that's good. Extra steps at least. And now we go, what do we have? 2 keys. steps. 17 coins. Okay. Patio. Let's go up. We have the drawing room, we can redraw. Didn't even pick up the gem yet. Nothing extra on the tables. Nope. That's not gonna work. Normal key then. Another courtyard. Sure. We do have the sledgehammer, don't we? Yep, we do. Oh yeah, wonderful. The lockpick kits, that's probably the worst thing you can get in there at this moment. We can open this, we have overruled that. The sauna. Tomorrow you will start the day with 20 extra steps. Observatory gives us more ways out here to fill up the grid. Yeah, we can never fill up the grid completely because we have missed the corner. Yeah, sauna would be great on the top there, but not. Let's do observatory. We have enough gems. Don't know what day it is. 7 stars. What is that? Apples are extra delicious today. Yeah, that's fine. Somewhere might be an apple, because the secret garden has spread fruit, but I think that the maid chamber has overruled that, I'm afraid. I think that's what the effect of that is. Lockpick kick doesn't work. Great, this is our last key. Okay. The boudoir. I guess we'll do another storeroom because weren't these doors locked? I think they were. Because if we do boudoir and we go to the right and that door is locked, which is more than likely is, we have no key. So I think we have to do this. We don't need to be in that corner. We can't fill the grid anyway. Now, what do we have? 18 coins. We already had our dinner, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh no, it's not fine, I can't go to the right here. Yeah, that's okay. Then we go this way. Can I get out of this place? Yeah, sure. That maid chamber overrules everything. Oh, but we can dig here now, because we have a shovel meanwhile. Yeah, okay, that helped us very much. L2. Sledgehammer doesn't work here, just like on the other wall. Where are we? West Wing Hall. I think these doors were locked in, weren't they? Unless we can lockpick it. No, we can't. Oh, we do have one key though. Ah, okay, it's fine. We can use that key. I think I need to reroll, right? Or walk-in closets. 4 items. Do we have a computer in the house? We do. My problem is, of course, that we have a vault key here. But yeah, I can't code check it because we already have the other vault key in the code check. So I can put this one in, but then I need to take the other one out. So we're always gonna lose a vault key today. So the only thing I can do is try to do this and see if we can find something there that we potentially might be able to use. Coupon box is not gonna help us. Stupid key card. What do we have? Shovel, metal detector. We have 12 steps. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see what's in the garage. Oh, we already opened this. Bloody. Okay. Gonna go outside, back inside, to the right. We have kitchen there. We can buy some steps. Then we can think about what we can still do. Obviously our day is done and dusted with, but... Oh, look at that. Found a banana here. So it... Yeah, the maid chamber definitely has overruled. Is this a normal bedroom? This is a normal bedroom, which means we can go in here, find an apple. Weren't they extra delicious today? They were. There are 5. Another banana here. So the secret garden has spread the fruit in the lower rooms by the looks of it. Banana. Let's do this one. 8. Oh, we have the coupon book, so everything is 1 cheaper. We have a bunch of red rooms in this house, don't we? Yep. That's 20 steps. Look at that. Kitchen sold out. We still have 2 coins left. Not that we're going to be able to do anything with that. But we have so many steps that we can check every room for fruit. Or coins or whatever. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Secret garden has dropped our food in the bottom rows here. Corridor. Anything here? Yep. A green apple even. Nice. We're gonna end up with steps for another day. Is there anything we can do here? Nope. Security, gymnasium. Compass and the salt shaker. Didn't need a compass. Here's all our secret garden food. Look at this, yeah. Don't have enough coins. Passageway, weight room, pantry. Passage room, weight room, pantry. We're also gonna lose the basement key. I just realized. Okay, what we got here? Shovel. Shovel with the battery pack. That's the same as the sledgehammer with the battery pack. It's still missing something. Shovel and this shovel and the metal detector. Detector shovel. Okay, let's make that. This is our first craft. Greater chance of finding coins and keys. Much greater chance of finding coins and keys while digging. Okay, it digs deeper. What else do we have here? Yeah, bet we know that. Coupon book. Doesn't do anything. Keycard. Doesn't do anything. Lockpick hits. No, doesn't do anything. Well, we made one thing. Well, we can't co-check any of it, which also means we're gonna use that basement key. Well, yeah, we know at least one way of opening all the doors in the antechamber. Greenhouse with the broken lever opens the south, the secret garden opens the west, and the great hall opens the east. We don't have an extra chessboard. No, we don't have the office nor the study in the house today. We do have a bishop. And we obviously have a den. No? Yeah. Which is that's a pawn room, but there are many pawn rooms. A pawn room is not a problem. The bishop is usually also not a problem because you get the chapel very easily. And then the other room, what was the other room? Was another room which had a bishop that we already found. But we only have one king and queen at the moment. King room is the office, the queen room is the study. Observatory is a knight. The armory is also a knight, I think. The security is also a knight. Conservatory, I think, was a rook. The same as the nook. We don't even have a nook in our house, really? Apparently not. Yeah, because of the middle room, we have like 2 storerooms in our house, 2 hallways, 2 corridors, 2 courtyards. And we duplicated the west wing and we duplicated the laboratory. Not the greatest rooms, but if we get that chamber of mirrors again, we will see. Yeah, you want something like a den or even a chapel or security or so. If you have 2 of those in your house, they're always especially the den. It's a T-shape and it gives you gems. 2 pantries would also not be that bad. 2 hallways. Yeah, all of these T-shaped rooms, they're not that bad to make progress in your house that day. And of course I am a idiot, because gymnasium, weight room and chapel were protected by the shelter. I could have shielded that maid chamber. Then we would have found way more items. Why didn't I use that thing? Didn't I have the armory yet? Did we first went in this way? That's possible. I don't think so. I think we went from the pool into the armory into the middle room. And then we checked it out on the other side. Then we went around to connect the And then we've messed around with the windows so that we can just went in there. So yeah, that mirror room is a bit of a maze puzzle, but if you can get to 3 of the 4 doors, you can open them all. As well on the top as also the 4th door as well. So you need to get in from 3 sides. And then play around with the windows going up and down, and then you can get... So yeah, pretty decent day here. Except for the fact that we have a basement key and there is no way to get downstairs there. Well, we can get into the tomb if we drop the tomb, but then we're on the other side. So what we could do is, if we can get the pump room, we can lower the reservoir 1 level. Because the boat was just too high to get in, so it's like 1 level probably. And then if we get a tomb with the basement key, then we can use the boat to go across. Well, or potentially can drop to the fountain. That might also be a way to get in. We know there are 3 ways to get downstairs. That's what a message on the gemstone cavern told us. At the moment we only have the tomb to get in there, to the downstairs area. But we assume that the fountain will be the other one. And then probably break that wall on the outside would be another option. Which probably needs to be doing with the battery pack, with the sledgehammer and something else. Which will give us a more powerful hammer or some sort. So we need to get that thing. That would also be a good room to duplicate in the mirror room, the workshop. Because you always find an item in there. And if you can get like a workshop in the bottom of your grid and then a workshop somewhere on the top, then you don't have to run around the house every time either. Like now we had to go down, have some food, come back up before we even get to the workshop. But yeah, we made one thing, the detector shovel. But as with many things in this game, there are obviously 8 things you can make. 8 rooms, 8 things that you can craft. 8 outside rooms, 8 this. So we know at least how to get in the antechamber. We now know that there is a basement key, which obviously opens something in the basement. Which is downstairs, because we saw on the plan there was an area called basement. We just haven't found a way to get in there yet. Other than that, decent day. With the shelter, use the Black Grotto connection to immediately from the outside room connect to the laboratory, so we could run an experiment. And that experiment gave us 6 rolling dice. 2 from the kitchen, 2 from the commissary, and 2 from the armory. Because the armory is a double room. It's black and yellow, but yellow is a shop, so it's still a shop. We almost filled up our grid. We got to the antechamber. We just are gonna lose a bunch of things here today. Yeah, vault key 149. So we know there are more than 1 vault key because we have 304 code checked. So there's 149 over here. But I couldn't open it because I don't think we ever saw the vault today. It was never offered to us. Otherwise we obviously would have picked it. Like instead of the walking closets here, it would give us a vault here. You drop it in there. It's a dead end. The shield, yeah, I don't know. Did we do armory first? Then I don't know why I did not use that. This is also a double room. It's a red room, but at the same time with a negative effect of less likely to find items around the house. But it's also purple or violet, so it's a bedroom as well. That's why we got also there. We got some extra steps from the maid chamber and from the 2 bedrooms. we have extra steps because of the sleeping mask, so that gave us an extra 15 steps. That's why we could fill up this house here and run around up and down. And then buy out the kitchen, we still have 60 steps. We can do another day. If we would have room in the grid, but we don't. It's also too late to do another day, because otherwise our episode is gonna be like, if we have another day like this, our episode is gonna be over 3 hours. That's too long. I try to keep it under 2 hours, or around 2 hours, something like that. So for this episode, it will be a bit shorter. Not a bad day though. We got into the Antichamber. We know there's a basement key to get. We know sort of how to get it, or at least we have 3 ways of getting in there already. We know we can craft some stuff in that workshop. So we need battery pack, sledgehammer, and something else. But we didn't have that something else, so we could not make it. But we crafted one of the 8 things. Shelter is not a bad room to have, especially for weight room. What's the most effective? Weight room, dark room, and gymnasium, I guess. Weight room, you don't lose steps. Gymnasium, you don't lose steps. Dark room, you will be able to see, because the shelter protects you from 3 red rooms. And then if you have the armory, you buy the shield, and you could potentially protect you from a 4th red room, because that's also what the shield does. But only for 1 though. If you don't have shelter, then you do a shield on the weight room, and that's not a bad room, especially if you can connect it to here or something, somewhere up grid. We have it a bit low now, but oh, you also have the archives. So yeah, weight room, archives, and then gymnasium or maid chamber probably. The chapel is not so bad, you only lose 1 coin, that's fine. Well, it's fine unless you have it, let's say somewhere around here, and there's no other way to go up. Then you have to run it every time through that chapel, then it's gonna be expensive, but in most cases you can go around it, because you usually get it very early. That's why I never dropped it. We could go up and up and up and up. I was hoping that it would give it to us here. We kept the chapel, we kept the conference room, which were 2 T-shapes that we had on standby just to be able to connect. And we also had 1 or 2 rolling dice at that point. And these are common. The conference room is probably on standard because you don't see it all the day. Can we see that? Oh, it's on unusual even. So yeah, that is definitely a room that needs to come down. It's a good room in case you spread things, and it is a T-shape. So if we can get that room in the conservatory, Jesus, then we definitely are bringing that one down in the rarity. And something like the lavatory that goes up to the maximum level that we hardly ever see it. We learned a few things, and we also got some new rooms, I guess. Well, let's call it a day in the workshop, why not? We don't have the planetarium, so there's nothing which influences tomorrow. Did we eventually put that mailroom in somewhere? No, so there will be no package either. So yeah, we lost one of the vault keys, but we have another one still in code check. We got 5 new rooms, mirror room, workshop I think. Could have been the first time that we dropped it. We saw it a few times, but it was always at the wrong time. Well, I don't know actually what the other ones are. Chamber of Mirrors, definitely. Conservatory was the first time we dropped it. Workshop, probably. What does it say? 5 new rooms. Oh yeah, the shelter was also a new room. So we only have the shrine left on the outside rooms, so that probably will be for next time. As for now, I'm gonna leave it at that. in our garden chateau. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.